There comes a time in all of our lives when God does something to get our attention. It might be an illness, it might be a job change. There's really no telling what it could be. And the whole point of God doing these things is not to say, hey, I'm all powerful, I can do what I want, but it's to make us realize that we need to lean on Him. In the Psalms, David talks about how even through the toughest battles with his enemies, when people are trying to kill him, when his first son dies, the son he was going to have with Bathsheba, David still looks to the Lord. David fights for faith. And yes, there are times when David could have just gave up, he could have just walked away, and he could have just said, I'm done with it, Lord. But he doesn't. David instead leans on God's faithfulness, just as we need to. Because you see, David wasn't righteous. David sinned. He committed murder. He committed adultery. He lied. And his sins led to the death of thousands when he went against God and did a census when he wasn't supposed to. But yet, what is the difference between David and most of us? Is that David turned back to God. He begged for forgiveness. He trusted on the fact that a Messiah would come and rescue the day, would rescue the nation, would rescue the world. You see, through the Holy Spirit, God witnessed to David. God sheltered David from himself. That's what we need to do. So we need to lean on God, and we need to trust in His promises of salvation and the hope and the future that God gives us, so that we can grow in our relationship with God, and we can grow in the understanding of God. Because one day we're going to meet Him face to face. And the question is not going to be, were you good? But did you know me? Did you trust me? Be like a David and trust God. It's the only way to salvation.